Finally, you guys have clicked on the video after watching, which you will remember all the algorithms of permutation of the last layer. That too, without any algorithm needed. This video will intuitively explain you all permutation of the last layer algorithms. Whether it's any algorithm, whether it's vperm, here is vperm, or whether it's gperm, here is gperm, or any algorithm, whether it's nbperm, which people find very difficult, or any other. The way I am executing it, you will also start executing it in the same way without thinking too much. After watching this video, before watching, you must know the 2-look last layer permutation. There are 3, 4, 5 algorithms. If you don't know them, check the description for 2-look permutation of last layer. Watch that tutorial first to build your base, then watch this one. One last thing, the videos you are about to watch were originally 4 separate videos where I explained different algorithms. I have combined all 4 videos together and made this one video, so that you all can learn the full permutation of the last layer from just this one video. So I think let's move on to the main tutorial. Finally, permutation of the last layer, or advanced permutation of the last layer. Whether you call it 1-look permutation of the last layer or anything else, the full permutation of the last layer is coming up. Finally, we'll make 4 videos, we'll keep it simple, and today we'll cover 3 cases. But before this, you guys must know 2-look permutation of the last layer. 2-look permutation of the last layer algorithms are essentially the first part of full permutation of the last layer, as those algorithms are still used. If you guys want to learn 2-look permutation of the last layer, there's a link in the description. Learn it, and still, we'll touch on it a little bit here as well. There are 4 types of 2-look last layer permutation. I'll show you a little bit of that, which I've already taught you. And first of all, I want to tell you how you used to solve the permutation of the last layer, how you used to solve it. You used to keep any 2 headlights to your left. After that, you applied the algorithm to create all the headlights, and they would be formed. After that, you would apply an algorithm, and then it would get solved. That means, to solve the permutation of the last layer, you guys used 2 algorithms. And similarly, if you didn't find any headlights anywhere, you guys would apply this algorithm once, and then you would get headlights on every side, or at least on one side, whatever it was, and after that, you would apply one more algorithm, and then it would get solved. Guys, now we're not doing these things anymore. What we have to do now, I'll tell you if we face this case. There's no headlight in this, so we just have to apply one algorithm and it will be solved. 1-look permutation of the last layer means solving it with a single algorithm. There are only 21 algorithms. Let's briefly review the ones from 2-look permutation of the last layer before covering today's cases. We learned the first 2 cases in 2-look permutation of the last layer. In that, this color had to go here, and the others had to go in their specific places. The headlights were already solved for us, so we could easily apply this algorithm and it would get solved. And the second case. This one had to go here, this one had to go here, and this one had to come here. Here too, we used a simple algorithm to solve it. If you don't understand any algorithm, watch the 2-look permutation of the last layer section. We're only briefly covering it here, but I have explained it in detail there. And the last 2 cases were such that all 4 pieces, the edges are messed up, and these 2 need to swap with each other face to face. This blue needs to go here, this green needs to come here, this orange needs to go here, and this red needs to come here. We used to call this H-perm and solve it with M2U, M2U2, M2U, M2. Now for Z-perm, the 2 opposite pieces swap. Green goes here, red comes here, orange and blue swap positions. So here, man, I'm not teaching algorithms here. I'm just telling you about the 2-look. We have learned these 4 algorithms in permutation of the last layer. That was part 1 of permutation of the last layer. Today we are going to learn the next ones. And the 3 algorithms we are going to learn today are called permutations of corners only. Because in these only the corners need to be solved. The edges are already solved. You can see, you just have to change these 3 corners. So let's start. Before learning the game of permutation of the last layer, you guys need to understand the colors a little bit. Alright, if I ask you guys which color is opposite to green, what will you say? Blue, because blue is opposite to green. If I ask what color is opposite blue, you'll say green. If I ask about orange, you'll say red, because that's the opposite. If I ask what is opposite to red, then you guys will say orange. If you have understood this, then you have understood the permutation of the last layer, because recognizing the permutation of the last layer in this way is very efficient and very fast. Now, the very first case, which we call the AA perm, is this. Right in front of your eyes, you can see that only 3 corners have changed here. You get a block like this in it. You get a headlight, and when you match it with its color, the headlight goes to the back, and this color here will be opposite to the color of these two. Red is the opposite of orange, right? Look, this is opposite to orange. Red is opposite to orange, and orange is opposite to red. So these colors are opposite to each other. On the other side, if you look here, it's exactly the same case. We are getting 1 block, 1 headlight. But here, this color is opposite to this block, this red. In the previous case, behind this red, this block was its opposite. That's the difference between these two. This is how I recognize it. You can generate your own techniques, but this is how I recognize it. In today's video, we won't cover finger tricks since I've already taught them. Let's discuss the algorithm. In this case, these two colors are opposites. In this case, you have to move the yellow to the back. This yellow here, put it at the back, and now apply this algorithm. First, look at the algorithm, then I'll tell you how to remember it. R prime U, R prime D2. U prime, R prime, D2, R2. Solve. What exactly are we doing here? First of all, there's a trigger. R prime, U, R prime, R prime, U, R prime, R prime, U, R prime. Remembered? R prime, U, R prime. After that, we do D2. D2 means we turned the down layer twice, turned it twice. Now we're inserting this pair here. This pair, RU prime, R prime. At last, just by looking, you'll know that after doing D2, we're doing R2, and this is solved. AA perm isn't that easy to remember intuitively, I think. If you memorize this as algorithm, it's better. And if you remember it with finger tricks, that's even better, because its finger tricks are really fast. But it needs a lot of practice, especially for the D2 move. Even I messed it up myself. And here's the next case where we're getting a block. The headlight has moved here, and these two colors are opposite to this block. So again, this will be our holding position. We'll move yellow to the back, and this algorithm is almost the same, just a little different, but this algorithm is really fun. First, the finger tricks. Then we'll talk about how to remember it. R2, yellow. We've moved yellow to the back like this. Alright, okay, R2, D2, RU, R prime. D2, RU prime R. Okay, now what is happening in this algorithm? Just remember these two moves, R2, D2, R2, D2, R2, D2. Whether it's R2 or R2 prime, it doesn't matter. Just remember R2, D2. Easy. Now take this pair out. You guys have to use RU prime for this pair. Now do D2 once again, D2. And now, last, you guys will be able to tell just by looking that this yellow matches with yellow. Now we'll match white with white and bring it up. These were A perms. The first was AA perm. The second was AB perm. So there's not really any easy way to remember these. These are actually very small permutation of the last layer. You can memorize these using any strategy that works for you. I've given you an idea that you can remember A perms like this. Let's move on to today's last case. Today's last case is that nothing is matching with each other. Neither any headlight nor any piece is matching with another. The colors, everything is messed up. What will be the holding position? We call this case E perm. E perm, okay? E perm. So what will be the holding position for this? First of all, we should match this color and this color, but right now, this color and this color are not matching. This and this. Okay, let's look from here. Okay, this and this color are matching. This one and this one are matching. This is our holding position. Now that we've decided the holding position, we need to put yellow in our front in this way. Now, here, if I tell you guys that you have to break this pair, and take it out, then what it means to break and take it out. If I need to remove this pair by breaking it, R prime, how do I do it? RU prime, R prime. I broke it and took it out, right? In the same way, I'm telling you guys to break this pair and take it out, so you guys can easily do it. RU prime, R prime, it's broken. Now if I say to put this pair back inside, then you'll insert it by doing RU R prime. Done. Now if I say you guys will take this pair out without breaking it, then you can take it out with RU R prime. Now I will ask to insert this pair inside again, then you will insert it by doing R, U prime, R prime. And our permutation of the last layer oh man, what did I just say? Okay, let me tell you the truth now. This whole game is about triggers, breaking the pair, RU prime, R prime, joining the pair again and inserting it back inside, taking the pair out completely, and inserting the pair back inside again. These are 4 different triggers. But after every trigger, there's one D and one D prime move happening. One time D and one time to prime, one time D, one time to prime. Now first we'll look at the finger tricks, then we'll talk. How do you all have to remember this even better? First, we've seen these two, the colors match. This is our holding position. We'll bring yellow to our front, and now the finger tricks are U prime, R prime, D. RU R prime, D prime. From here I'll push D prime. RU R prime, D, RU prime, R prime. Again push D prime, and this is very fast. Look, if you guys learn this push technique, if you already know how to do D prime, then just keep practicing it like this while sitting and you'll learn it quickly. Alright, 1 second. You guys can execute the E perm in 1 second. In just 1 second. Oh wow. Let's discuss a more interesting algorithm. In this same case, these two match. We'll keep them in this holding position. Now first of all, I'm breaking this pair, broke it, and once I did D. After each trigger, do D once. After the second trigger, do D prime. Now the pair that I broke, I inserted it back again, and now I did D prime. Because D, D prime, D, D prime. This is the cycle we're following. Now I took this pair and did D. Now I inserted this pair back in, and for the last one, you guys will see for yourselves. D prime, and boom. Today's class on permutation of the last layer is over, and congratulations, only 3 more classes on permutation of the last layer will come, and then our series will end. You guys will learn how to solve the Rubik's Cube in 10 seconds. If you guys haven't joined our series yet, then do it now. It's absolutely free. In this series, I'm teaching you how to solve the Rubik's Cube quickly, so you can solve this Rubik's Cube in 10, 11, or 12 seconds. We're almost at the end, just a few days left, and this series will be over. Enjoy, man, enjoy. And bro, I think it's time for me to go. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, like, share, and comment. If you're not on the channel, then subscribe to the channel. Also, press the bell icon and goodbye, man. Finally, we have arrived to part 2. We are learning the full permutation of the last layer. We are learning permutation of the last layer without algorithms. Today's video is very easy and a lot of fun. I will teach you 6 cases, R perm, J perm, T perm, and F perm. And the fun part is, you already know 4 of these cases. Let me explain how if you have watched my video, in which I have told you how to learn algorithms, whose link to that is in the pinned comment. So you already know this because you know how to memorize algorithms. So the very first case is this, RA perm. We call this RA perm. Recognize it. I'll teach you the finger tricks for the algorithm. I'll teach you how to execute it and even how to memorize the algorithm without looking at it. If you want to watch the previous part, the link is in the description. Go check it out. Alright, so how do you identify the RA perm? Somewhere you'll find a headlight. And along with that headlight, you'll find a block. Look here as well. You'll find a headlight somewhere, and along with that headlight, you'll find a block. What's the difference? In one, the block is on the left. In the other, it's on the right. The only difference is both of these in this one, it's on the left side. In this one, on the right side. If we talk about the block on the right side first, what will our holding position be in this? Headlight and a brogue. This is called RA perm. Now, the holding position we will keep in this. First look at the algorithm and finger tricks, then I'll tell you how to remember it. RU R prime, F prime, RU2, R prime, U2, R prime, U2, F R U R U2, R prime, and it's solved. Bro, now you guys will ask, how do we remember this? This big algorithm, let me tell you, it's very easy. It's the same case. First, we take this pair out, do RUR prime, then do F prime once, okay? It's a very easy trigger. Then, we are sending this pair over here, okay? How? RU2, it's here. We'll fix it. Now, as soon as this pair comes here, we bring this pair back again with U2. Now, you guys have to tell your mind, when you solve the cross, how do you insert this piece here? It's just like this with R prime, F, R. Now, as soon as you insert it, this pair will come out, so we'll send it away, then directly insert it with R, U2, R prime. Man, if someone asks me, this algorithm is very finger trick friendly and gets executed very quickly. If you understand, I'll explain again. First, we take this pair out and do F prime. After that, we're sending this pair away here. That is RU2, R prime. Then, after bringing this back, we are fixing our cross. Once the cross got fixed, this pair is out and will be sent away one more time. We'll insert it directly here, and boom, it's solved. This is a very easy algorithm. Maybe there isn't an easier algorithm in this series. It's long, but it's very easy. And as for the second case, we call this the RB perm. There's a headlight and our block is on the left, which will be our holding position. We'll turn the headlight left. This is the holding spot. First, watch the algorithm finger tricks, then I'll tell you how to learn it. R2. F R U R U prime, R prime, F prime, R U2, R prime, U2, R. This algorithm is a bit short and very easy. Very easy. I'll tell you how we're executing it here. I mean, how to remember this algorithm. No matter what happens first, you have to remember the first 3 moves. Only memorize one algorithm every day, nothing mandatory. Just remember one algorithm, just one each day. Keep drilling it again and again. Whenever you're free, just keep practicing it on the cube. For example, like me, I memorized T-perm. Now I'll keep doing it day and night on the cube. One day, memorize one algorithm. In 2 weeks, you'll be done with permutation of the last layer. Okay, bro, what are we doing in this? R2, F, R. You guys have memorized it. After this, we'll do inverse SECC. That is U, R, U prime, R prime. Now, when that's done, we'll fix this cross from here by doing F prime, and we'll fix this one too. This cross is also messed up. And this pair has come out. Now everything depends on this pair. We'll insert this pair here, but with a technique, we'll rotate this pair twice from here and bring it over here. We'll insert it here while it's here. That is R prime, U2, R. You need to understand algorithm a little. It isn't difficult. I'll explain again. First, we have to memorize with 3 words. R, 2F, R, then do inverse SSEC once. Inverse SSEC means we're inserting this pair here. After that, we fixed the cross from here, then fixed it from here, took this pair away, and then directly inserted it from here. If you're having trouble somewhere, what does that mean? You guys haven't watched my video where I explained how to learn algorithms. Go watch that video. Now we have come to the next 2 cases. One's name is JA Perm and the other's name is JB Perm. I'll tell you what we're getting in this. We're getting a whole bar. This is a bar. 3 colors match, and with that, there's an attached block. It means it's all forming a J like this. That's why they're called J Perm. It's forming a J. And here too, it's forming a J. But what's the difference between the two? When we bring the bar to our front, one block comes to the left side and the other block comes to the right side. This is the right side and this is the left side, okay? The one that comes to the right side, we call it JA Perm. What will be its holding position? We have to move this bar to the left and move this yellow one to the back. This will be our holding position. And I think now we'll start our algorithm. First the finger tricks and then we'll talk about the rest. R2, FR, F prime. RU2, small r prime. From here it's U drag, U small r, U2, easy. Okay, now how do we remember this algorithm? What are we doing first? Once, this is our holding position. We are doing R prime, and now once we're doing sledgehammer. So what's happening here? Are we doing R prime once before the sledgehammer? So we'll just consider that as R2, meaning we're doing sledgehammer, but with R2. That's all we've done after the sledgehammer. We have to remember 2 moves, and those are RU2. Anyone can remember RU2. Anyone can remember it. Now here is a trigger, small r prime, u, small r. It's just like we're inserting this pair here in the back. With small r moves, it's like this. This trigger is easy, small r, prime, u, small r. And for the last one, you can see it's u2. Sometimes we do a u2 drag, which is an advanced finger trick. You shouldn't use it, it's a bit risky. But that was JA Perm, a child's play, man. And as for JB Perm, which forms a J, but the block is on the left side. So in that case, we'll move the whole bar to the left and then execute our algorithm from here, which is very easy. First, I'll show you the finger tricks. RU push, R prime, F prime, RU, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime. Easy, bro, easy. What are we doing in this? It's the same case. JB Perm, we're taking this pair out with RU, R prime, then F prime once, then SEC C move once. RU, R prime, U prime. Now we are fixing this cross. If this piece needs to go here, we'll do R prime, FR, and at the end, we are inserting this pair here. And our JB Perm solve, and bro, we've learned more than half of the permutation of the last layer. Next, let's cover the second to last case in today's video, the T-Perm. Why is it called that? Because look, this one and these two need to swap with each other, so we'll make a line like this, and these two need to swap, so like this, it forms a T, and these are solved. It's very easy to recognize this. Just by looking at it, there's no other case like this. You can recognize it easily. But still, I'll tell you, you get a headlight, and along with the headlight, you get a block formed. So these blocks in the headlight, will keep them on the left and apply the algorithm from here. The JB Perm algorithm we just learned has simply been rearranged, with some early parts moved to the back and later parts to the front. First, I'll show the finger tricks, then explain how to execute the algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. And this is a very fast algorithm. Man, by the way, this is only for JB. Just do the SEC C move first, the rest is the same. Still, I'll show you a bit. To solve this, first we do the SEC C move, R, U, R prime, U prime. After that, you guys remember 2 more moves, R prime, F. R prime, F. Now we insert this pair here because we need to solve the cross first. After solving the cross first, we insert this pair, and then something odd appears on top. We'll set that aside for now too. Now we are taking the pair out again and doing F prime at the end. Man, there isn't really a good way to remember this. But for now, I'm just discussing it with you guys a little bit. First, do a sec C move, then send this pair here using R prime, F, and finally, fix the cross. We insert the pair, move it aside with U prime, take it out again, and the last move you'll know by looking at it, F prime. If you learned the JB Perm I just taught, you'll easily learn the T Perm. With the JB Perm, the notations that follow it are placed first, and those that were first come after. It's an odd mix of both. Initially, you'll enjoy it and might even confuse the T Perm with the JB Perm, saying, wait, was this the JB Perm or the T Perm? But you'll really enjoy it, then you'll realize, oh, this is the difference. This is the difference. These things happen in the beginning, so don't get scared now. I've already told you, and this is the last case of this video. F pump. This is called F perm. You only get it once, and everything else is deserted. Everything is empty. There's nothing left. So we keep such cases on the left. People say this is T perm. This algorithm is the same as T perm, but without the F prime move at the end, which we do in T pump. But I'm not gonna teach you that way. I'm gonna teach you on a different level. When you get such a case, keep the bar on the left and first do the finger tricks R prime, U prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U, R. This is a very fast algorithm, very fast, and this is actually the same T-perm without the F prime move. But I want to teach you this in a completely different way, so what would I recommend to you? First, remember the first three moves, R prime, U prime, F prime. Next, do the SECC move, R, U, R prime, U prime. Now we are fixing this cross H with R prime, F, R. Now we have taken this pair out, taken it out, but now it has to go to the back. Before sending it to the back, we'll bring this pair here once and do R, and now we're inserting this pair at the back. We've made it very intuitive like this. But if you know the T-perm, then don't do the last F prime move of the T-perm. I mean, the algorithm will still work, but I recommend you don't learn it that way. Remember R prime, U prime, F prime. The sexy move is fixing this cross edge. Now we're taking this pair out, but this is where the real game starts. After taking this out, we bring it here once and do R, so that all this yellow gets solved, and after that, we're inserting it in the back. It's easy, man. It's not rocket science. I don't know why we've made it seem so difficult. There will be only 2 more videos on permutation of the last layer, just 2 more videos, and in the upcoming video, we'll learn only 4 algorithms, meaning a total of 8 algorithms are left. After that, you guys won't need to memorize any more algorithms for cubing if you want to solve the cube in 10 or 11 seconds. There's no need, bro. This was just the orientation of the last layer, permutation of the last layer, which we had to do, and after that, our series will be finished. In this series, we teach how to solve the cube in 10-12 seconds. The free link is in the description. Join Learn Speedcubing and enjoy. I think the video has become quite long, so let's end it here. If you like the video, make sure to like, share, and comment. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. See you next video. Goodbye. Finally, we have arrived with the second last part of permutation of the last layer. Yes, after this, there will be just one more part, and then permutation of the last layer will be finished. Alright, in this series, we are talking about one-look permutation of the last layer, explaining the algorithms of permutation of the last layer without using any algorithms. Bro, I'll make you guys understand it today. We'll talk about V-perm, Y-perm, N-perm. We'll learn 4 algorithms, and we'll learn them in a fun way. If you guys haven't watched my video yet where I told you how to learn algorithms, it's important to watch that video, because if you've watched it, you'll understand this video. The link is in the pinned comment and also in the description, so watch it if you want. First, let's talk about the V-perm. Oh man, in some ways it feels like the A-perm, but what's the difference between the A-perm and the V-perm? I'll show you guys right now. In the A-perm, you get a headlight and a block as well. And the colors on the block here are both the same, whereas here, you do get a block. Like the A-perm, this is our V-perm, but these 2 colors are not the same, and there is no headlight here either. I hope you guys have understood something. Alright, this is our V-perm, 1 block. And these 2 colors are opposite, not opposite, adjacent to each other, meaning they're next to each other, like this is blue and this is orange, so blue-orange. Well, you guys don't need to struggle so much. If you find such a block and the 2 colors don't match, it's a V-perm. This will be our holding position. First, understand the finger tricks of the algorithm, then I'll tell you how you have to memorize it. The algorithm is something like this. R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, X. Okay, now here's the trick, small f prime. I do from here, small f prime, U prime, R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, small f R. Dude, V-perm has very difficult algorithms. Till today in the world, they're very tough. But this one is the easiest and the most finger trick friendly. I learned this from Ram Thacker's video, and since then I've become a huge fan of this algorithm. Alright, before we learn this algorithm intuitively, let's first learn a trigger. There's an algorithm that comes after doing anti-soon. How do we solve it? Look at this algorithm. R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Alright, what are we actually doing in this? Let me explain. We are sending this pair over here, using R, U2, R prime. Now we are moving this pair back once, and now we are inserting this pair here. If you learn this algorithm, then you'll get this VPUM. The algorithm I just taught you, I'll call it the trigger move moving forward. Alright, now let's start. So what's happening in this algorithm? Basically, the back pair, we're breaking it. It's broken. It broke with R prime, U, R. Now we're moving this pair to the back. After doing this with U prime, you guys have to remember 3 moves, and they are R prime, F prime, U prime, and F, which is small f, R prime, small f prime, U prime. Now after doing this much, you have to apply the trigger move that I taught you. So R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. In the end, you'll see with small f this aligns, and with R, our V perm will be solved. No one in the world can teach V perm easier than this. Now let's move to Y perm. We have come towards Y perm. This has the easiest recognition. These 2 blocks come together, and there's nothing special happening in the back. Just 1 and 2 blocks come together. Whenever you see these 2 blocks, understand that this is our Y perm. We'll hold position will be 1 block right, 1 in the front, then apply this algorithm. First, watch the finger tricks, then I'll tell you how to memorize it. F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. Now everyone knows how to solve this T case. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime, and solved. What exactly is getting solved in this algorithm? First we do F, then we insert this pair here with R, U prime, R prime, and we're doing U prime once again, not sure why. Then, we're taking this pair out again with R prime, then fix the cross with F prime. Everyone knows this orientation of the last layer case. Once, SCCC move R, U prime, U prime, and once, sledgehammer. If you guys don't know what CCC move is, or what sledgehammer is, there's a video in the description and pinned comment on how to learn algorithms, so go and watch it. Now we've reached our last 2 algorithms. We call this NA perm and this one NB perm. In both, you get something from every side. Look, you're getting a block on every side, a block on every side. Yes, but in this one, the block is on the left side, and in this one, the block is on the right side, So we call this NB perm because it's on the left side, and we call this NA perm, NA perm. This is the easiest algorithm in the world. You can hold it from any side and apply the algorithm, but before that, you need to understand one algorithm. This is the algorithm for JB Perm. If you know how to solve JB Perm, which we learned in the previous video, link in the description. In part 1 of Permutation of the Last Layer, we learned the JB Perm algorithm. I'm not going to teach it here, I'm just going to give an overview here. We solved the case with R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime. This way, we used to solve it by applying the JB Perm algorithm. NA Perm has lots of blocks, and the blocks are on the right side. We'll hold it from any side and apply the same algorithm, but before that, we'll do a setup move. What is that? R, U, R prime, U. Wait, what's going on? We're removing this pair. R, U, R prime, U. Let me explain again. With R, U, R prime, the pair is out. We move this forward once. Now we'll apply the JB Perm algorithm once, which I just explained to you all. The JB Perm algorithm has been applied. Now this is our pair, and it needs to go here, so we'll do U2 and insert this pair here, and that's it. Solve the NA permutation, man. I explained this intuitively. Now let's discuss finger tricks, since we haven't covered them yet. Here's how I do them. First, take this pair out and send it to the back. Now from here, just like I taught you the JB Perm algorithm in the previous video, apply the JB Perm algorithm. From here, do a U2 to move the pair to the front and solve. Man, this is so easy. Anyone can do it, and it's really fast. I don't know why my hands are shaking right now, but oh wow, I'm impressed with my own turns per second. Now, turns per second means turns per second. I think there are a lot of turns happening in 1 second. Anyway, let's move on to the last algorithm. NB perm. There's no special technique to remember the NB perm algorithm, but I'll still do my best to explain it to you all in some way in today's video. After all, this algorithm is a bit long, and it's considered the most difficult algorithm in the permutation of the last layer, meaning there's no algorithm harder than this. In the next video, G-perms are last, and much easier than this. First, let's look at the finger tricks. After that, I'll explain as much as I can to you all. This algorithm has blocks on all sides, so you can hold it any way. The block is on the left. This is the NB perm, so the algorithm goes on top. We'll re-grip. R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime, U prime, F, R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R, U prime, R. Oh man, this was a really long algorithm. I don't know how I memorized it. Well, once you get it in your hands, this algorithm isn't that bad. I mean, I'm executing it pretty fluently, but there's really no technique to memorize it. But still, I'll teach you as much as I can. The first two moves, as always, you'll have to remember R prime, U. Anyone can remember at least this much. R prime, U. Now we're inserting this pair here. This pair with R, U prime, R prime. Now the same pair that we just inserted, we're taking it out again. We're using the front layer to handle this pair. F prime, U prime, F. That's clear. Now we're making a pair with these two. Suppose this is a pair that's about to be made for a 3-move insert. R, U, R prime. After doing this much, a really cool pattern will be formed here. We're moving this down, moving the right layer down, and bringing the front layer back up. In the final scene, you'll see that this corner and edge must match and be solved at the back. Honestly, there's no really intuitive way for this, but still, I can explain it one more time. You'll need to remember R prime, U. Now we're inserting this pair, and now we're taking this same pair out using the front layer. We're pairing these two with R, U, R prime, then bringing the pattern and right layer down again. Now basically, we have to somehow make a pair of this corner and this edge piece and insert it in the back. I can't give a better explanation than this, and I hope you guys liked the video. There's one last part left, permutation of the last layer. Next, after that we'll talk about adjust upper face, and then our series will be finished. If you guys haven't joined the Learn Speedcubing series yet, then do it now. What are you waiting for? In this series, I'm showing you how to solve the Rubik's Cube in 10 or 11 seconds, and only last 2 videos of this series are remaining. Link in the description. Learn Speedcubing. Learning it for free, no money asked. Just subscribe and hit the bell icon. Goodbye. Finally, we've come with G-perms, the last video of the series with PLLs, permutation of the last layer. In this series, we're teaching you the full permutation of the last layer without algorithms. To watch the first 3 parts, link is in the description. Go and watch. Today is the final part. We'll talk about G-perms. I'll try to explain them to you without algorithms. We'll discuss finger tricks and recognition. But before this video, watch the one on how to learn algorithms, because the link is in the pinned comment and also in the description. Because in that video, I taught you guys a lot of triggers that will be required in today's video. So first we'll talk about G-perms, GA perms, because there are 4 types in G-perm, GA, GB, GD, and GC perm. We'll talk about GA first. What is GA perm? Bro, you get a headlight anywhere, and on the right side of the headlight, you get a block separately. Now R-perm, understand this. In R-perm, the block is connected. Let me show you guys. Look, this is R-perm. The block is connected to the right side of the headlight, but in this one, it isn't. This is entirely separate from that and has nothing to do with R-perm. This is GA-perm. First of all, even before the algorithm, I want to teach you guys something, a trigger move. Now, what is a trigger move? If you guys remember that trigger move, then what? I mentioned this in my algorithms video as well, but I'll tell you here too. R prime U, R prime, U prime is very easy. R prime U, R prime, U prime. I would say, before memorizing the GA perm, practice this trigger a lot. R prime, U, R prime, U prime. Again, R prime, U, R prime, U prime. If you remember this trigger, you'll get the GA perm. The GA perm has a headlight, block on the right, and this is our holding position. Keep the block in front. First, let's cover finger tricks, then discuss the rest. R2, U, R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R2. And here's an interesting thing, both of your fingers are here. You have to use your index and ring fingers in such a way that U and D, U prime and D all happen in a single move. Now we'll insert this pair in the back and our G perm solve is done. Now it's time to intuitively learn the GA perm. Remember the first two moves, R2U, then we'll apply the trigger we just learned. Trigger is done. Now we're inserting this pair here with RU, R prime. But at the same time, we're also fixing the cross, and our fingers are here, as we all know. So from here itself, we're inserting this pair into the back like this. And there's really no special method for this that you need to know. I mean, it's not rocket science that I need to teach you here. There's nothing very intuitive about it, but I can explain it once again for you guys. Just a second. Yes, this is the case. So R2, you'll have to remember it, the trigger move we learned once. Now we have to insert this pair here, and after that, we are fixing the cross. These are our two like this, and now we will insert this pair in the back, and our GA perm will be solved. Remember, I have explained this intuitively. I have already told you about the finger tricks. After learning it intuitively, you have to remember it with finger tricks, because there is a difference between intuitive and finger tricks. I am explaining it to you intuitively, so I am not focusing on finger tricks there, so I hope you guys have understood. Let's look at the GB perm. Here it is. You have a headlight and right behind it is a block. Keep the block in front. We will apply the algorithm, but before that, I want to explain one more trigger. If you haven't watched the algorithm video, then what can I do? Just learn it here. R prime, U, R, U prime. Okay, in this trigger, what we are doing is breaking this pair of ours. R prime, U, R. We broke this and sent it to the back. R prime, U, R, U prime. That means if you guys know this trigger, then you already know this algorithm. What are we doing here? First, look at the finger tricks. F prime, U prime, F, R2, small u. Now the trigger move is R prime, U, R, U prime, R, U prime, R2, and this is solved. Now let me explain to you a little bit intuitively what we are doing here. We take this pair out using the front layer, F prime, U prime, F, and now it's out. Now you have to remember the next two moves, R2 and small u. It's very easy. Anyone can remember it. Now the trigger move that I just taught you. And by looking at the last scene, you'll know that we'll match this pair by doing R. Now we'll solve its cross, and our GB perm will also be solved. Easy, man, easy. If you didn't understand, just rewind and watch the GB perm part again. If I keep repeating it, it'll get too long. Let's move on to the last two permutation of the last layer and finish our permutation of the last layer series. This is our GC perm algorithm, or rather the GC perm case. You get a headlight and a block on the left side, which is separate. In our perm, it's not separate, they're connected. This is GC perm. Headlight and block on the left side. As always, we'll keep the block in front and we'll apply the algorithm from here. But before the algorithm, I always try to teach you guys some triggers, and today I'll teach you again. We can't remember the GC perm that intuitively, but still, if you remember this trigger, RU2, RU2, it's really easy, bro. RU2, RU2 means this, man. I have to explain the algorithm to you through the trigger. First, let's look at the finger tricks, then I'll tell you how you guys should learn it, yeah. R2 prime, F2, R, U2, R, U2, R prime, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime. Man, I accidentally said U prime for a just upper face. It's not U prime. Sorry about that, bro. Okay, now let's talk about how we're gonna learn this. First, remember the first two moves, R2 prime, F2, got it? After that, I just taught you a trigger, right? R, U2, R, U2. Use that trigger. Now, remember two more moves, bro. You'll have to memorize this algorithm. R prime, F. After remembering this much, do the SECC move once. R, U, R prime, U prime. And now you fix this cross piece, right? Just fix it while making the cross, and after that, there's one last move left. You can figure that out just by looking. It's only for you guys. Going to explain again, only for you guys. You'll remember R2, F2, then use the trigger move I showed you. After that, you'll remember R prime, F, then the do SECC move once, fix your cross, and while fixing it, if you do R2, everything will be solved. There is no formula for the GC perm, GC perm, and NB perm. You can't really remember these intuitively. However, I explained the NB perm intuitively in detail in the last video, and people enjoyed it. Anyway, this is the last algorithm of this series. After this, we won't talk about any more algorithms, bro. GD perm, what is GD perm, bro? We'll get headlights and a block exactly opposite to that. You might say, bro, it was also opposite in GB perm, and it's true. But it was on the right side. Look, this is GB perm. The block is on the right side, and here it's on the left side, so this is GD perm. I haven't found a shortcut yet, but check out the finger tricks for the algorithm first. Then I'll explain how to learn and perform it. First, we'll do D prime with the ring finger. Also, its holding position is different from the other G perms. In other G perms, the block stays in front. Here, put the block on the right and the headlight on the left. Okay. You'll do the D prime algorithm with this ring finger, and you can do R, U, R prime, U prime, D together with the ring finger and index finger. And R2, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, U, R prime, U, R2. And at the end, you just adjust the upper face, right? So these were the finger tricks, and if I show you how to execute them at speed, they're really fast if you practice them. I'm applying the GD perm algorithm here. Now, let's learn this intuitively. So bro, first of all, remember the first move, which is D prime. Got D prime memorized? Now what are we doing next? We're taking this pair out. This is a pseudo pair, okay? Pseudo slotting is a different thing. Maybe we'll discuss that in the future. We're taking this pair out with RU, R prime. It's out. Now, when we were doing this, our fingers were already here, so you guys can recall your finger tricks like U prime D. We'll do it after this. Remember two moves after that, R2 and U prime. Once you remember this much, then you have to insert this pair here. This pair with RU prime, R prime, and at the end, intuitively, you can see that this is white and this is its corner. So you do U to attach them together, just like you solve the cross, and that's how it's solved. G perms are a bit tricky, just a little. Still, the way I have explained it, you probably haven't heard it like this before. I'll explain it again. If you remember D prime, you'll take this pseudo pair out with R, U, R prime. Your fingers will be like this, and you'll move these two forward. You'll have to remember R2, U prime. Now you'll insert this pair here, and at the end, you'll have to intuitively see how we can attach this white piece like this, and then we can solve it like this. And boom, our permutation of the last layer series is finished. Finally, we've done today's 4G perm algorithms. Man, even on these, yellow, what logos, what personality. Anyway, today's G perm, not only today's, we're ending this series for good. I hope I never have to make videos on permutation of the last layer again. You guys will understand just from this. I know, man, it took a lot of time for this series to finish, but it's still not over yet. 2 videos are remaining. We won't leave you yet. 2 more are coming. We'll discuss adjust upper face. Also, there's another topic. How can you solve a Rubik's Cube in 10-11 seconds? I'll upload a video like this and we'll see example solves in it. Everything we've learned so far in this series, in these 20 to 25 videos, we'll do an overview of all that in it. We'll revise everything. I don't know what else we'll do. If you guys haven't joined the Learn Speedcubing series yet, then go ahead and join it. In this series, I'm teaching you the Rubik's Cube. How to solve it in 10 or 11 seconds, and you don't even have to pay any fees for it. Start watching the playlist from the link in the description, and with practice, you'll learn it too. I'm heading out now. If you enjoyed the video and my effort, please subscribe. I've covered everything about permutation and orientation of the last layer. Even I'm amazed by what I'm offering for free, so like, subscribe, and hit the bell. See you in the next video. Goodbye.